Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Dr. McGee, roll call.
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes. Yeah.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Here.
I'll make a motion to seal the closed session minutes of August 19, 2026. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Dr. McGee.
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
I'll just report there were no votes taken in closed session. Will you please stand and join me in a moment of silence and the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll begin with public comment, and for anyone addressing the school committee this evening, please begin with your name and address. Your comments shall be no more than 5 minutes of speaking time and should be in good decorum. Please be aware that the committee cannot respond to you during good and welfare, but may direct you to an appropriate member of the administration team or may meet with you directly after the meeting for further discussion. Is there anyone who would like to address the school committee?
Distinguished members of the school committee, Dr. McGee.
Could we have your name and address, please?
Sorry, my name is Cindy Sue Gerard, 102 Pomona Street, North Smithfield, Rhode Island. Hello, my name is Cindy Sue Gerard. I'm speaking tonight to respectfully advocate for the approval of the proposed budget that hopefully includes the reinstatement of my position as an innovation specialist. For the past 25 years, I have been proud to serve the families, students, and educators and community of Woonsocket. Throughout my career, I have remained deeply committed to improving teaching and learning, supporting my colleagues, and helping create meaningful educational experiences for students. For the last 4 years, I have dedicated myself to the role of an innovation specialist, serving as an instructional coach and collaborative partner to teachers across the district. In my role, I've worked with teachers and students at the elementary, middle, and high school levels to support the implementation of our model of instruction. This has included modeling lessons, co-planning instruction, supporting teachers in effective use of our high-quality curriculum materials, and helping to build student skills, especially in academic discourse and collaboration. Equally important, I strive to create opportunities for teachers to reflect on their instruction, analyze what is working, identify areas for growth, and make thoughtful adjustments that positively impact student learning. As a collaborative thought partner, I've worked alongside teachers to strengthen instructional practices and develop an understanding of shared, effective teaching. This has supported the development of meaningful learning targets and success criteria aligned to our Common Core state standards. By helping teachers clarify what students need to know and be able to do, I have supported more focused instruction and greater opportunities for students to take ownership of their learning. I have also continued to expand my knowledge and skills in order to better serve the educators and students of Woonsocket. I recently completed my multilingual learner certification, which deepened my understanding of how to support diverse learners and strengthen my ability to help teachers design innovative, inclusive, and accessible learning experiences. This learning has allowed me to bring additional strategies and perspective to my work with the teachers as they strive to meet the needs of all of our students. In addition, I participate in extensive professional development opportunities through organizations and institutions including Brown University, the Highlander Institute, CLE, New England Base Camp, and Instructional Empowerment, just to name a few. I've worked to bring what I've learned back to our schools and use it to support teachers in practical and meaningful ways. My commitment to Woonsocket extends beyond my role as an instructional coach. I've been an active member of my school CSIP team, contributing to school improvement efforts and working collaboratively with my colleagues to identify priorities and support student success. I also helped create and implement the PBIS system at Harris Elementary School, contributing to positive and supportive school culture. Over the 25 years in Woonsocket, I have built meaningful relationships with countless teachers, students, colleagues, and administrators throughout the district. The Innovation Specialist provides an important layer of support for teachers as they continue the challenging work of implementing high-quality instruction and meeting the diverse needs of our students. This is why we're here, right? For the students. This has been an additional benefit of serving as an innovation specialist, is having the opportunity to work directly with students and build positive relationships across the district. Through my work in classrooms, I've been able to get to know students at different grade levels and support them in meaningful ways. When students feel confident in their abilities and understanding that their voices, ideas, and contributions matter, they are more likely to engage in learning and see themselves as capable individuals. These experiences help them prepare them not only for academic success within our school, but also to become confident, collaborative, and productive members of our society. The purpose of instructional coaching, collaboration, and professional learning is ultimately to improve what happens for our students every day in our classrooms. By supporting teachers and strengthening instructions, we are working to create classrooms where all students have the opportunity to grow and succeed. I respectfully ask the school committee to recognize the value of this position and approve the proposed budget that will hopefully reinstate my role as an innovation specialist. I believe that my 25 years of experience in the Woonsocket School District, including my past 4 years dedicated specifically to instructional coaching and innovation, I remain deeply committed to supporting teachers and students in our district. I believe this work is about more than improving instructional practices. It's about improving the daily classroom experiences for our students and helping them develop the curiosity, confidence, critical thinking skills, and love of learning that will allow them to become lifelong learners. Please approve the proposed budget and reinstate the innovation specialist position so I may continue contributing to the growth and success of our teachers, our school, and most importantly, our students. Thank you for your time, consideration, and continued commitment to the students and educators in Woonsocket.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the school committee? Seeing and hearing none, we will go into recognitions and announcements. Dr. McGee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am going to begin with our new assistant principal at the Woonsocket Career and Technical Center and Woonsocket High School. I'm honored to introduce Mr. Thomas Piper as the new assistant principal of Woonsocket High School and Career and Technical Center. Thomas Piper holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in history, a master's degree in management, and an MBA in education leadership. Mr. Piper has been in education for 22 years as a classroom teacher, middle school principal, education program manager, state assessment coordinator for the New Mexico Department of Education. He was employed with the Albuquerque Public Schools as an assistant principal of student success at the Rio Grande High School. During his tenure as assistant principal, he increased ninth grade attendance by 10%, directed a tutoring program that produced gain in state assessment, and developed restorative practices and a student success center which reduced suspensions. I am very pleased and honored to announce the newest member of our administrative team here in Woonsocket, Thomas Piper. Next, the Woonsocket Education Department, in conjunction and collaboration with St. James Baptist Church, hosted its annual back-to-school celebration on August 15th, welcoming well over 500 students and their families. Students received a wide array of free resources to help them prepare for the upcoming school year, including backpacks and school supplies. CVS provided health screenings, while the Woonsocket Rotary Club distributed clothing and hygiene products. Families also enjoyed Girl Scout cookies and a variety of additional giveaways. In addition, local vendors and community organizations were on hand to provide families with valuable information about before and after school programs, along with resources and giveaways designed to support students and their families. On behalf of the Woonsocket Education Department, I extend my sincerest thanks and appreciation to all of our community partners for their continued support, generosity, and dedication to the success of our students. Their collaboration helped make this year's celebration a tremendous success. I would also like to recognize Kimberly Blaze,
Yes.
the Woonsocket, my administrative assistant. New hire orientation. Our new hire orientation day for teachers was held on August 17th with 13 new teachers in attendance. Our new hire orientation day for paraprofessionals was held on August 18th with 20 new paraprofessionals in attendance. On behalf of the Woonsocket Education Department, we are very excited to welcome our new teachers and paraprofessionals and look forward to supporting them throughout the upcoming school year. District Orientation Day is scheduled for Monday, August 24th. All staff will begin the day at Woonsocket High School in the auditorium and remain there until approximately 9:30. Following the morning program, staff will be dismissed to return to their individual schools where building principals will lead school-based orientation for the remainder of the day. There will be a voluntary at 7:30 until approximately 8:15, and then we'll start the program at 8:30. Open house schedule for our schools. The open house schedules for each of our schools have been posted on the district website. In addition, schools have been sending welcome letters to students and families that include information regarding their respective open house events. We've had already the middle school open house events. The Hamlet Middle School and Villanova Middle School both held theirs this week, and Woonsocket High School freshman orientation is tomorrow evening at the high school. First day of school for the 26-27 school year. August 25th is the first day for students in grades 1 through 9 and kindergarten students whose last name begins with the letters A through L. August 26th is the first day for students in grades 10 through 12 and kindergarten students whose last name begin with the letters M through Z. August 27th and 28th, all students in grades K through 12 will be in attendance. And that concludes my recognitions and announcements.
Thank you, Dr. McGee. Any questions, comments? Then I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the recognitions and announcements. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next, we'll go to the approval of minutes, and I'll make a motion to approve the July 15, 2026 closed session meeting minutes. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Any changes to those? Dr. McGee, roll call, please.
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Next, I'll make a motion to approve the July 15, 2026 open session meeting minutes. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Any changes to those minutes? Dr. McGee?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Next, we'll go to the consent agenda, and I'll make a motion to discuss and approve the consent agenda. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Does anyone want to take anything out of the consent agenda, speak? Dr. McGee?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Dr. McGee, would you give us your superintendent's report?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since our last meeting, the district has made several important additions to our team. We're pleased to announce the hiring of a full-time criminal justice teacher for the Career Center. Our assistant principal, who is here this evening, of the Career Center in high school, world language teacher for Woonsocket High School, and a primary self-contained MLL teacher at Globe Park Elementary. The district has also hired several non-certified staff members, plus multiple individuals for hourly, stipend, and extracurricular positions. Currently, we have 8 vacant positions, 4 classroom teacher positions. Those 4 classroom teacher positions are kindergarten at Globe Park Elementary, special education position at the high school, world language position at the high school, and a business teaching position at the high school. I would add that the kindergarten position, the world language position, and the business position, those 3 interviews are scheduled for those positions. So hopefully by the end of this week, we will have those 3 positions filled. In addition to the 4 classroom positions, there are 3 psychologist positions that we have that are open, and 1 OT position in the district. We also have one custodian and one secretary position. So that is an update as of 7:14 on Wednesday evening, and I hope when we meet again in September that we will have all of our positions filled. We also have 32 paraprofessional positions that we need to fill. So
Is that it?
that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Any comments?
Yes.
Mrs. Costa?
Are any of those paraprofessional positions that you were saying, are that going to be anybody coming back, or is?
So the paraprofessional positions of those 32, many of those are early childhood
Okay.
para positions. If you see here on the staff changes on this spreadsheet, there are a lot of paraprofessional positions. Those are PCAs or one-to-ones or two-to-ones. Positions that are on this spreadsheet are not the early childhood. I'll talk a little bit about those when we get to
That's gonna be covered in the
finance,
budget.
Okay.
our finance
Covering it there.
update. But all of these positions that you see here, those are not early childhood para
Okay.
positions.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the superintendent's report. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We had one subcommittee meeting in this, well, we had it today. It was the finance subcommittee update. Mr. Perrier, would you summarize that for us?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It was a relatively quick finance subcommittee meeting. There were two topics, both being discussed here in depth a little bit further down your agenda. We did discuss the amendments to the FY27 budget, and we also gave a brief fiscal update, but I'll be touching on both of those later in the meeting.
Very well. I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the finance subcommittee update. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Leclerc and Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ms. Morrell, would you give us your special education update?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you notice, this update does not have our numbers currently.
Right.
We've had a lot of students that have transferred out and transferred in, so by the next time I report out, I should have all the updated numbers of our current students. Right in front of you, it just has an update of what we've done over the summer. We had our ESY conclude on August 6th. It was a very positive program. We ran at the high school as well as Glow Park Elementary School. Students, we had an issue with printing out progress notes. They were all mailed home this week. So if any parent did not receive their progress note for the student's progress over the summer, they should be receiving them in the mail. If not, they could always call my office and I can email them to them if needed. We also, last week, we had a professional development for special education all week long. It was open to all staff, not just special education staff. We had about 10 sessions that ran. It was very positive, and many of the sessions had over 20 participants in there. So it was a good turnout for that. And then we also had two special education advisory committee meetings, both virtual. The first one, we had over 25 participants over the summer attend. And then the second one was a lot less, but it was just last week. So, everyone's on vacation and closing up. We are going to continue the special ed advisory committee throughout the next school year. We will be meeting the third Tuesday of every month. We'll meet as a whole group 1 month, and then the next month we'll meet in the subcommittees. If anybody's interested in joining, they just have to email me and we will make sure we get them on the agenda.
Thank you. In terms of the summer program, how many students roughly attended that program? You talked about the professional development. How about the students?
We had about 120 between the two schools.
Okay, that sounds good. Any questions for her? I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the special education update. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Leclerc and Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Perrier, would you give us the financial update?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In front of the school committee this evening is the May 2026 fiscal update. Talk about the bottom line first. We still are projecting a small surplus this year in the amount of $76,000, a little bit over that. Talk about some of the financial highlights on the revenue side. 4% increase asked from the city of Woonsocket for fiscal year 26 was only funded at $150,000. So led to a decrease in local revenues of $519,000. 3% increase for the student success factor, which is a component of the state funding formula, was not approved by the General Assembly. This led to a decrease in budgeted state revenues of $1.469 million. Due to the higher than anticipated billings, Medicaid revenue is projected to be over budget by $2.17 million. I'd like to thank Mr. Toriani and Ms. Morell for their hard work and the hard work of their departments getting our Medicaid caught up this year. It was a very difficult task, and their departments carried through, and we are now seeing that money in our general fund. So I'd like to thank them for their hard work on that. School committee has approved a transfer of $1.97 million from our medical pooling account to stabilize the revenue shortfalls of the fiscal year. And overall, the general fund is projecting a revenue overage of $1.98 million. On the expenditure side, all regular salaries are a little over $2 million under budget at this time, and when net of the employee turnover allowance of $1.35 million, this will put overall salaries about $750,000 under budget. Medical expenses are currently $1.699 million under budget. There has been another increase from the prior month, our April projection, about $300,000. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that. We do have one more month to go, and I'd also remind the school committee that we don't get our final medical numbers until October. That's when the runoff has completed, and then we really truly know what our June 30th numbers are for medical expenses at that point. Also, as a reminder to the school committee, we still do have approximately $1 million in OPEB funding. It's actually a little bit better than that. I just looked at that today. It's more like $1.3 million in our OPEB account. So that's certainly something that we can draw on in the future. Overages and purchase services are due to us being unable to fill some budgeted salary positions. The finance office has adjusted salary encumbrances down to offset the hiring of these purchase services. Personal care attendants have been difficult to fill this year. This led to overages of about $1 million on that budgeted line item. Added district tuitions are $106,000 over budget. I also like to thank Ms. Morell for the hard work that her and Ms. Gerard have done in controlling the out of district tuitions the best that they can. We certainly have improved on this line as the fiscal year is closed out, and I appreciate the hard work that they've done on that. Transportation is currently $1.1 million over budget, and this is due to higher than expected transportation costs for out of district students. Even with a reduced number of students utilizing statewide transportation, costs continue to outpace the budget. The district is currently $917,000 over budget for tuitions to charter schools. This is due to the Woonsocket Education Department no longer qualifying for the additional clawback of funds from mayoral academies. This has increased RISE prep payments from $500,000 last year to 1.4 for 26. We are looking at picking that up. We have qualified for the second clawback for FY27, and I'll speak a little bit more about that when we get to the FY27 budget update. At this time, any expenses related to technology and capital improvements are in the general fund. We have some options to transfer them out if we need to. We do have additional money in our capital technology funds. But until our medical is finalized in October, I don't really see any need to make any moves until then. Once we get that final number in October, I'll present to the committee probably the end of October a final list of transfers for fiscal year 26, so we can close out and maybe possibly recoup some of the extra money that we transferred for our medical account. There'll be a buffet of options here. Maybe transfer some expenses in from our capital account to our general fund, but we'll review all those in good time, and we'll have that in front of you probably in October. As I said to open, we're currently projecting a $76,000 surplus at this time, and if the committee has any questions, I'd love to answer them now.
Any questions, comments? Thank you, Mr. Perrier. I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the financial update. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Leclerc and Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
In new business, we have several items. First, I'll make a motion to discuss and approve certain non-union employee contracts. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Dr. McGee?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the contract you have here is the contract for our new assistant principal, 10-month assistant principal at the Woonsocket Career and Technical Center in Woonsocket High School. So I'm just presenting the contract to the committee for your approval.
And the fiscal impact is?
And the fiscal impact is, well, the position is being paid out of local, as that position has
course.
always been paid out of. And
It's 107?
it's, the salary for that
107
10-month position is
benefits.
$107,001 plus benefits. That's correct, yes.
Any questions, comments? Dr. McGee, roll call.
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Next, I'll make a motion to discuss and approve amendments to the fiscal 27 budget. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Leclerc and Mrs. Costa. Mr. Perrier?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In front of the school committee here is the version 2.0 of the FY27 general fund budget. As we left it off, we knew we had some changes coming as far as revenues go versus our original budget. We've captured those revenue changes here. Two significant revenue changes. The first is we've adjusted the local share to what the city of Woonsocket approved for us, which is a little over $17 million, $17,016,330 to be exact. That is a reduction from $17,540,983, which was the original amount of our request. So we picked up only about $150,000, and we ended up reducing our budget number by $524,000, a little over $524,000, so that now we're in line with what the city has actually approved on their FY27 budget. The other big item here has to do with state revenue. Our state revenue did increase. It increased, in fact, a little over $2 million over our prior FY27 budget estimate. So the total net adjustment on revenues is almost $1.5 million to the plus. So that's helpful as we make some adjustments here as for our fiscal year 27 budget. Let's kind of break down how that $1.5 million was distributed. We've brought positions back from the layoff and the cut position list that you saw in May. The positions that we'll be adding back to the general fund are 17 early childhood paraprofessionals, one continuous improvement specialist, and one math interventionist at Savoy. To give you a little background, that continuous improvement specialist is a sort of a retooling of the innovation specialist job position that we have. We're also going to be adding one additional continuous improvement specialist through our school improvement grant. We are working with RIDE right now to get that approved. So right now it's looking like there'll be two of these positions coming back for FY27. The total of those salaries.
Are we okay?
I thought we were okay. Hearing voices. You want to say something?
The two positions that we're bringing back to support coaching and intervention in the classrooms, the one that will be coming from the CSI schools will be a CSI school sponsored and budgeted position for transformation and continuous improvement. In the local budget, it would be an instructional facilitator position in the local. So they're two separate positions, two unique, both supporting classroom instruction through a coaching model. I'm sorry, Brett, if I had gave you the wrong title for the local budget.
So basically, those positions, the salaries for those positions come up to a little over $717,000. So we'll be adding that in to our salary line. That's where you see there. The benefits to support these positions are a little over $500,000.
Right.
That's why you see those adjustments to the employee benefits. Those are all of the adjustments related to the salary and the benefits for bringing those positions back. So that remains. So there's a little bit more remaining as well. We're able to bring back one behavioral interventionist into the general fund. That's what you see there on the student assistance line in the amount of $58,500. We've also added a little over $55,000 to our HVAC repair line. As you saw in the purchases today, there are quite a few HVAC purchases that are coming through right now. So we're trying to get in front of that a little bit as far as getting the repairs, getting the money in for the repairs that we are looking to do. As a side note, some of the larger HVAC repairs, we actually are applying for housing aid this year. We've submitted that paperwork, and I'll be following up with RIDE so that we'll be able to get reimbursed for those expenses. The reimbursement won't happen until next fiscal year, but at least it will be some money being returned to us for these repairs that we're doing.
Right.
If we continue down, we did have an adjustment back from charter schools. I touched on this a little bit during my FY26 fiscal update. Due to the secondary clawback, we're looking to reduce that budget line by about $538,000. We will see what happens when the actual numbers come in, because that's really always the important part with all of this, is that the rates are one thing to estimate out, but it really comes down to the number of students in both charters and out of district placements that really drive the expense. So I think we have a very good handle on it this year. But when those first bills come in September, that will be part of our a budget adjustment if we need to touch those lines in October. Also, we added $200,000 to our textbook lines. That doubles the amount of curriculum textbooks that will be available for the upcoming fiscal year. We went from $200,000 to $400,000. And the final adjustment that we made had to do with our employee turnover allowance. I've talked about employee turnover allowance a little bit here. That's the estimate on how many positions are going to be vacant throughout the year. So it's sort of a credit back to our budgeted salary line. As we know, we don't fill every position and we come in a little under budget. This is sort of an estimate as to what is actually going to be unfilled throughout the year. We actually added back $500,000. I reduced that estimate from 1.85 million to 1.35 million. And the reason why is that we've been pretty aggressive filling vacant positions with contracted services over the last fiscal year. So I wanted to make sure that we still had that flexibility as we entered this fiscal year, that we are going to get hamstrung with a giant turnover allowance number here, when the reality is we're taking those vacant positions and we're filling them with contracted services. So we keep a little bit more on that salary line, and that savings should be a little bit bigger to help offset some of the costs of these additional contracted services. Well, the total net is about a $1.5 million add to our total budget. So the FY27 adjusted budget in total for the general fund will be $112 million, $112,671,088. So if anybody has any questions about the proposed amendments to the general fund budget, I'd like to answer them now.
I mean, we won't know, Mr. Perrier, till September, October, till we finalize everything, because there may be some opportunities to maybe bring some more back to the, we won't have to encumber as much.
Absolutely. I think September is a big month. That's when, like I said, we get our first quarterly bills for tuitions. That's a big one. We see our first statewide transportation bill, which actually really sets the tone for what we're looking at for statewide. As you know, we spent over $5 million on statewide transportation last year, which is a huge expense for the district. So we'll see how things kick off as far as the salaries go. There are estimates in the salary still about certain steps that people are on. And when we run that first payroll in September, we kind of get locked in on that as well. So there may be a chance to pick up a little bit on that as well. So, as we get into October, we can take a look, see how we're tracking early, and then potentially make some adjustments then.
Excellent. Any,
Mr. Chairman?
Vice Chair Burke?
Yeah, I'm just looking at tuition to other school districts, tuition to private sources, tuition to charter schools. It comes to over $11 million, which is over 10% of our budget. That's a lot.
I would agree.
That's a lot.
It's a very big number, but it's something that we're obligated to pay, and there's really not much that we can do with those lines there.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
we're not getting
hopefully
any
we're.
relief from that, for that. No relief at all.
Well, no, we actually are. That's part of the that secondary clawback on
I
the
know,
charter.
but
Yeah, but that wasn't that much.
I'm saying 500,000, 11 million.
It's a little
It's a
bit.
big number.
Yeah, but regardless, yeah, that's
That's what it is.
yeah.
And again, that could mean many teachers that we
Oh,
could have
absolutely.
in our district.
Could mean a lot of things. Yeah.
Just
But
right.
unfortunately, we're locked in
Yeah.
to do this. Yep. Any other comments, questions? Dr. McGee?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Next, I'll make a motion to discuss and approve bid 25-08 athletic medical supplies. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Dr. McGee, Mr. Perrier?
Yes, I'll take that one, Dr. McGee. This is our standard opening athletic medical supplies bid for the athletics department. Just typically looking to stock up for the year with the medical supplies needed to run sports programs.
Nothing unusual in terms of this year?
No, nothing out of the
Didn't see
ordinary.
anything.
Pretty standard yearly order.
Any questions, comments? Dr. McGee?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Next, I'll make a motion to discuss and approve bid 27-05 athletic supplies. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Mr. Perrier?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is for bid 2705 athletic supplies, much like the athletic medical supplies. This is our standard bid at the start of the year to get our athletes the equipment and the uniforms that they're going to need for the upcoming fiscal year.
Is it covers all the sports for the entire year?
Yeah, yes, it does. Ms. Giordano, she does a really great job with this bid, and we try to get everything knocked out early. Of course, things pop up throughout the year, and we handle that kind of on a case-by-case basis, but this is the lion's share of athletic supplies expense for the fiscal year.
Does this include uniforms?
Absolutely, yes, it
Well,
does.
sizes have to be determined down the road, I would
So,
think.
yes, we do kind of have a reserve on some of them, but yeah, you're correct on that.
Anyone else? Dr. McGee?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Next, I'll make a motion to discuss and approve bid 27-06 educational staffing. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Mr. Perrier, Dr. McGee?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is bid 2706, our educational staffing. As I was talking about a little bit during the budget, this is the vendors that we rely on to fill some of the vacancies that we have and that we can't fill with employees. We put together a bid every year, and we really solicit pricing from basically a whole list of vendors. That list is then turned over, and we're allowed to kind of, hey, these are the people who bid. Let's contact them. Again, it's only to lock in pricing. That's not the only issue. That's not the driving factor in determining if somebody's going to come in. It's really just for the finance office to know, hey, we're going to go with this vendor, and it's based on the quality of the candidate, of course. We're just going to know, hey, this is the price for that vendor. We have a locked-in price for this year. This is what the PO needs to be. So,
Any questions? Vice Chair Burke?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman. So all these vendors, we have a whole list of them. The whole list of them for paraprofessionals, whole list of them for therapists. Have you chosen what vendors that we're
They're,
gonna?
they're all available for us to draw on.
Oh,
That's,
all of them?
yes, they're all available. And again, we set it up in such a way where I'm just looking to get vendors to lock in the prices for the fiscal year. This now allows us to go to any one of those vendors and again, based on qualifications, because that's really what the driving factor is here. It's not price, it's the qualifications. A selection is made. We want to contract with this vendor who put in a bid, and I just know, hey, there's no having to talk about pricing because you've put in a bid. I know how much it is an hour for this person. We can get a PO out, we can get a contract signed, and we can just move right along and not
So as needed.
as needed,
we
absolutely
pull
correctly.
From this list.
Anybody on this list we can draw on as needed.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Dr. McGee?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Having no other items on our agenda, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:40 PM. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Aye.
I know, aren't they? Yeah.